Hi and welcome to Nautilus TV. I'm Helen Kelly and today I'm with our General Secretary Mark Dickinson. Welcome, Mark.
Hi Helen.
Hi. So Nautilus has recently been recognised by the Investors in People programme as an employer of a really high standard. Can you describe to us a little bit about the programme and why Nautilus takes part?
Okay, so this has been an ongoing process. So we started in about 1998 when we first got accredited, as I think we were NUMAS then.
Yep.
And it's been a constant journey of continuous improvement, and that's the ethos that IIP encourages employers to adopt, and that's what I'm very passionate about. I bang on about continuous improvement in so many different aspects of the work we do for members in the ILO and places like that. And in a way, that's a good example because it's walking the talk. So when I go out there and other colleagues go out and we start kind of wagging a finger at employers and you've got to do better and we want this for our members, then I think it helps a bit if we've also done it ourselves.
Yeah.
And IIP shows that we do it. We treat our people fairly and well. We want to provide a decent place to work. We want to be a good employer that supports development, and we want good staff retention. We want to recruit the best. We want to keep the best. We want to motivate them. So the important thing about IIP is it links directly into our strategic plan and latterly our 2030 vision, which of course is about making the organisation financially fit for the future against all the headwinds that we face as an industry and as a union. And the strategic plan is the members' document. It's adopted at the general meeting, and the most recent version, covering the next 4 years, was adopted in Liverpool at the general meeting, as you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that strategic plan sets out our mission, our values, and our strategic objectives. And what IIP gives us is a sort of discipline to get the staff to buy into that, to own it, to live it, to take possession of those objectives. And that feeds in directly to member outcomes. We don't do this, and this might disappoint you, Helen, but we don't do this just to make our staff feel better, which is nice that they do, and I hope they do as a consequence of this, but it's so that they sort of look outward and go, how can I make it better for the members? So how can we improve our service to members? How can we innovate? How can we strategize and come up with new ways in which we can serve the members? The members are the most important thing, and it should be in any membership organisation, but they definitely are in Nautilus International. So that all hangs together, a strategic plan and the 2030 vision at the core, staff buying into the values, having that at their core, and then when we all go out looking for our members, to service our members, recruit new members, we can sell them that vision, that mission, those values, and hopefully that's a completely virtuous circle. And as I say, we started in the late 90s, and we've gone through each accreditation every 3 years successfully, and each time we've managed to go further and be a better organisation. We got gold this time. Others have said, I'm quite a modest person, but others have said that's a stunning achievement. When whatever we look at, whatever the criteria, when we look at our peers out there in the world who do IIP, and there's thousands and thousands of employers globally, we are up there in the top 18% of employers. That's right. Pretty amazing, I think. I still can't get my head around it really, but as I say, I'm quite modest about that. There's always more we can do, and there's better outcomes, and I'm sure our members, there'll be critics out there, and I don't mind that, and we need the feedback from the members. We know we can always do better, and that's our objective, to strive to do better. Right now, what the Council of the Union is saying, and I'm sure they'll be confirming later this week when we meet, is good job, Mark. Consolidate. Well, let's get it the other way around. Celebrate, consolidate, then address the action plan from the IIP Assessors Report, which will point out where we can do better, and then move on to the next phase. And there's an evaluation down the line about what we do about those next steps. But right now, as I say, celebrate that achievement with the staff. They deserve a big party, frankly, and they'll get a big party. So celebrate, coordinate, and then we'll move on.
Yeah. So you've described it as an ongoing process. We've been on this journey for very many years, and we've been recognised with gold. How does that then be transcribed to more member benefits? How does it help us support our members?
Well, I think, our members, in any other sector, you might call our members customers, right? But in a union, you don't really use words like that. They are members. They're there to be supported by us when they need us. They want voice. They want us to give voice to their concerns and their issues. And I think we do that really well. But the reason we can do that so well, and the reason we are listened to, and the reason we are the go-to organisation in the maritime industry, in our area with the UK, Netherlands and Switzerland, in the maritime industry and the shipping industry, is because we are passionate about delivering for members, and because our staff have bought in, they live our values. The IIP report is clear about that. Our staff understand the strategy, they understand our values, they understand the strategic objectives. And I believe the evidence suggests that equates to a better outcome for members, because our staff are developed, they're supported, they get the training, they give us feedback, and that all generates a positive outcome for our members. So we wouldn't be what we are today, I'm firm about this, without IIP. An external audit and validation of our strategies and our values and our mission statement equates to a better experience for our members. I'm absolutely clear about that.
And do you think members will understand that link between supporting your staff and therefore supporting members better?
Well, I would expect they would believe that, because I think if they think about their own situation in their own company, some will be employed by exceptionally good employers who look after them and treat them like we would expect them to be treated, in the way we aspire to treat our own staff, and we do treat our own staff. And others don't, and I think they'll be able to tell the difference and be able to see what a good employer looks like. I was actually asked recently, how would an employer, a ship owner, look if they had an IIP Gold? And that's quite a tricky question, but I'm sure we could give examples of companies that provide that type of workspace. It's not rocket science, really, at the end of the day, to treat people with respect, to be a decent employer, to understand the needs of your staff. Obviously, there is a bigger picture as well. The whole finances of the union and any employer are important. We understand that. Businesses need to be successful. But I think IIP is an excellent way of demonstrating that you live the values that you expect others to live. And in our context, that's employers of our members. We don't just talk, we walk the talk. And I think IIP gives me that credibility when I go out into the world to remonstrate for better conditions for our members, and at all levels, whether that be the ILO, whether we go the IMO and do it. We're still active in Europe through our Dutch and Swiss branches, of course, as well. So I think it's important about credibility, having that mark, that tick from, it's not a tick, but the gold logo from IIP is important.
Well, of course, we have got the gold now, which is an amazing achievement. What next? Is this the end of the journey, or is there another stage to come?
Well, I don't think it's the end of the journey. There is another stage. IIP is a business, and they keep advancing. They make it tougher every time. Every time you go forward, it's tougher. We've also got to maintain the standard. So we've got to do that. That's an annual review, and we'll be back in front of the assessor in, I think it's November this year. So we'll have to, and we are working on our action plan to show that we have read the report, understood the report, and identified what needs to be done. Incidentally, I'm sure they want to be the IIP want to be reassured that we have celebrated with our staff. So we're up against it, because in a way our celebration gets audited as well. So that's a challenge. That's the first thing. As I said, we need to celebrate, coordinate, consolidate, and then we need to work on our action plan. And that's an active piece of work. So we go forward in November, and then every year. Of course, I've only got 2 years left as General Secretary, and in a way, I feel the next step in the journey is platinum, and no doubt while we're on that, if and when we're on that journey, somebody will dream up diamond. So I don't, the bar keeps getting lifted, and that's
Yeah.
fine, because continuous improvement is about moving the bar on. So I'm okay with that. It's just it presents us with another challenge. But I think whether we go for that, that's somebody else's decision. My determination will be to hang on to gold until I'm out the door, and I'll then hand that over to someone else.
Well, thank you very much, Mark. Really appreciated talking with you
That's
today.
okay.
And congratulations to everybody for achieving gold. It is a wonderful achievement.
Thank you.
Thank you.